Hi geeks, welcome to my channel. Today we're shopping at Trader Joe's. We are now in March and gearing up for all the spring items, so let's go check them out and see what there is to buy this week. St. Patrick's Day items are starting to roll in, like the Blarney scone. Every year I say that I'm going to get this because I love scones, although this actually isn't a scone, it's Irish soda bread, which tastes a lot different. So let's give it a try. This had a strong rye bread aroma when I first opened the bag, and it also tasted like a mild rye bread because it's partially made with rye flour and caraway seeds, which I know some people don't like it as much with the seeds in there. This has 9 grams of sugar in it per serving, so I expected the bread part to be a little bit sweet, but the loaf I got definitely didn't have any sweetness, with the exception of the sweetness coming from the raisins. It was a little dry, so I warmed it up and added some butter and some fig preserves to it, and it was delicious. I prefer the one I got from Sprouts Market last year, though, which was a little less dry, and it didn't have a strong rye flavor to it, and it was a touch sweeter and just good on its own, even without anything on it, and this is $3.99. So the hand-twisted cinnamon sugar is a staple item at the bakery section, but I recently tried it and was pleasantly surprised. It had a subtle sweetness to it and the perfect amount of cinnamon, which wasn't overpowering. It's delicious when I first got it, so I suggest if you do get it, eat it right away, because once I stored it in the fridge and then reheated it afterwards, it got super spongy and tough and chewy. I still need to try making French toast with it, which is what a lot of people use this bread for though, which will probably salvage it. And this is $4.99. The pancake bread has stood the test of time and is a staple bakery item. I decided to revisit it and see if my thoughts had changed or stayed the same. So let's take a closer look. They really nailed the pancake flavor on this one, which is really mostly the maple flavor. I feel like most people won't even notice this, but there's a slight taste of oil in it, which throws me off. But it comes with a nice little crumble on top, which is really delicious. It's pretty good though, and I like eating it as is without anything added to it. I just warm it up for 10 seconds and have it with a cup of coffee for $4.49. Dark chocolate ganache is another staple bakery item, and I actually got this back during the holidays but never got around to actually eating it because there were so many other treats, so I stored it in my freezer, and this unfortunately didn't freeze well. Actually, scratch that, it froze a little too well and didn't thaw that great. I surprisingly didn't love it, guys. This has a cream cheese frosting, which I wasn't expecting. I thought it would be more of a fudge frosting, and I do like a cream cheese frosting, but a chocolate cream cheese frosting might not have been the best route to pair with the chocolate cake, which had a deep dark chocolate flavor, which was really nice. So both of it tasted good separately, but as a whole, it just didn't integrate as nicely as I would have hoped. To be fair though, the freezing and thawing and having this 2 months later probably affected the overall flavor, but I was just hoping that it wouldn't. Maybe I need to try it again when it's fresh and maybe my opinion will change, but for right now, I'll probably pass on this and choose a different option, like the new gluten-free yellow mini sheet cake. This is made with a buttermilk cake base, which includes plenty of vanilla extract and a blend of rice flour, potato starch, cornstarch, and tapioca starch, and a thick layer of rich chocolate buttercream that is also made with vanilla. If this tastes anything like the gluten-free muffins, which are really good, soft, and moist, then hopefully this will be just as good. So of course I had to try this one, so let's take a closer look. Looks-wise, this totally reminds me of the old-school style yellow cakes from the 80s and 90s, like the Duncan Hines or Betty Crocker box cake mixes. But in terms of taste, the cake part tasted exactly like a white vanilla cake and just overall had a mild, pleasant flavor. The vanilla flavor definitely stands out when you eat just the cake portion by itself. The chocolate buttercream frosting was what I was expecting the chocolate ganache cake to have that we just saw. This frosting was the perfect chocolate flavor. I loved everything about it. It was fudgy and thick, and the two parts together almost had that bite that sticks to the roof of your mouth feeling, but it didn't quite get there because the cake part was nice and soft. I literally couldn't stop eating this cake. It was so good. The cake part wasn't overly sweet, and I usually am the type to scrape off half the icing because it's too sweet, but I loved the fudgy flavor and the texture of the frosting, which was really thick and dense, and I ate every last bite. Honestly, you can't even tell that it's gluten-free, and this has become my new favorite flavor at the moment of sheet cakes. This is definitely worth a try for $5.99. The Half Moon cookies are also back at my store. These come and go throughout the year, and I've tried them once or twice before and decided to revisit this one also. They're just as good as I remembered them. The cookie part is more cake-like than a cookie. The white coating I still don't care for. It's more like a candy coating than a frosting, and it tastes like straight table sugar, so I just end up slicing off the layer, and since it's a little thick, it comes off pretty easily with a knife. The chocolate coating also has that candy texture, but it tastes fudgy, so the flavor is a lot better, and I do enjoy this side a lot more for $3.99. The gluten-free glazed chocolate donut holes are still around, and I finally got to try them. I love Dunkin's donut holes, or where I grew up, we called them munchkins, which is what they reminded me of. These tasted pretty similar to Dunkin's version, which are also glazed, but they were smaller in size. Surprisingly, they were still moist, but they do taste slightly more dense than regular donut holes. But honestly, I could barely tell they were gluten-free until they got a little bit more stale. So make sure to eat them the day you get them for optimal freshness for $3.99. My store finally got in the new sandwich rolls. This is made in a Canadian bakery that uses a slow and gentle fermentation to achieve an airy crumb. The soft insides are complemented by a hearty exterior that can support all kinds of cold cuts and condiments to make hoagies or subs, or you can add meatballs with some marinara sauce and melty cheese, or make your own Philly cheesesteaks at home. You get 4 pieces for $3.49. There's a new chocolate coffee flavored granola. This includes rolled oats, rice and oat flours, cane sugar, and honey. This has a chunky, crunchy, hearty cereal base, and it's flavored with cocoa powder, dark chocolate, and coffee extract with a bit of vanilla extract and a touch of salt. I heard that the coffee flavor is mild, and I'm not sure what the caffeine content in it is, but I'm assuming it's negligible if it's not stated on the bag. You can have it with milk for breakfast, or put some on top of yogurt, or double down on the coffee flavor and top it over some coffee ice cream for $3.99. There's a new single origin organic dark chocolate with vanilla bean. This is made by an expert supplier in Madagascar using cocoa and vanilla sourced exclusively from Madagascar. The dark chocolate has bittersweet notes, and it's tempered by the sweet floral and delicately spicy notes of vanilla. You can enhance its flavor by pairing it with a cup of coffee, hot tea, or a glass of red wine for $2.29. The Misfit protein bars aren't new, but they modified their recipe to make them softer. These are plant-based, gluten-free, and vegan-friendly. Trader Joe's carries 2 flavors. One is caramel fudge. Each bar is 190 calories, 7 grams of fat, 150 milligrams of sodium, 19 grams of net carbs, and 15 grams of protein. The pink bar is the second flavor, and this comes in cookie butter and has the same macros as the other bar. So let's take a closer look at both of them. They have little crispy bits on top, which are fun to eat. They look very similar to Bear Bell's protein bars, but they aren't as soft or chewy as Bear Bell's, but overall they are pretty similar. The cookie butter flavor I like slightly better, but I'm not really getting a strong cookie butter flavor from it, to be honest. I enjoyed the caramel fudge a little bit more because I could taste the silky caramel texture, but I didn't pick up on the fudge other than it tasted chocolatey overall. The cookie butter flavor is a little drier, but overall they both are a lot softer than the original recipe, and these are $2.29 each. There's a new avocado mash. This is made with just 3 ingredients: Hass avocados, lemon juice, and sea salt. Surprisingly, it's only 45 calories for 2 tablespoons. Each tub contains 8 ounces of pre-mashed and ready-to-spread avocado for making all kinds of dishes with minimal preparation. You can make avocado toast with this or make it into a quick guacamole for $3.49. Lemon basil pasta is a staple item in the refrigerated section, and I've been exploring convenient options lately as my schedule is really busy, which is why I can't post as much as I would like. These bowls deceptively contain a decent amount once you plate it, even though it looks like it's on the smaller side. You could eat this as a quick side dish or as a main dish by adding some grilled chicken, or pair it with the lemon basil arugula salad. It does have a nice bright flavor from the lemon and the fresh basil in it, but the pasta itself I don't love, specifically the texture. It's on the softer side, and I wish it was a little more al dente with just a little bit more chew to it, but I do enjoy the flavor, and this makes for a really quick, slightly elevated lunch or dinner for $4.99. Gluten-free tagliatelle is back. I haven't seen this in a while. This is made with corn and rice flour and is a product of Italy. I love that it has minimal ingredients in it, just 4 actually: yellow corn flour, white rice flour, and water. I did try this before and remember not liking it as much as I thought I would, so this is another one I'll definitely have to revisit. You get 8.8 ounces for $2.49. Moving back to the refrigerated section, the Wild Nova Style Smoked Sockeye Salmon is back. Love that this is literally made with just 1 ingredient and nothing else. This would be lovely to set out if you have guests over for brunch with some bagels, cream cheese, and capers. You get 1 pound for $21.99. But if that's too much for you, it also comes in a smaller 8-ounce package for $13.99. There's also a new organic grass-fed Angus beef, a boneless New York strip steak with no antibiotics or added hormones, and this is grass-finished. You get 10 ounces for $13.99. And just right next to it is the organic grass-fed Angus beef boneless ribeye steak. This also has no antibiotics or added hormones. It's grass-finished. This is sourced through a network of small family farmers, and the cattle graze on organic grass and raised on open pastures. This is $1 more for $14.99. The uncured corned beef biscuit is also back for St. Patty's Day. This contains up to 21% solution of seasoned brine that's seasoned with a pickling spice with no nitrites or nitrates added. Pair this with some potatoes and cabbage and a side of the Blarney scone for $8.49 per pound. And you could also add the Irish Porter cheddar cheese to that meal. So the milk comes from the cows grazing in the green fields of County Limerick and County Cork, which is in Western Ireland. Once formed, the cheddar curds are mixed with Irish Porter, which is a dark beer made with a few types of malt that gives the cheese its distinct marbled appearance and a roasted malty taste for $12.49 a pound. Also, the brown butter salted caramel mini biscotti is back, and also saw these organic kosher sandwich pickles. I don't think these are new, but it might have an updated blue label to it. I'm not sure, but either way, they look so good. If any of you have tried it, please let us know if it's soft or if it has a crunch to it. Okay, this is inadvertently turning into a gluten-free video, but I also saw that these soft-baked snickerdoodles are back. For the most part, I think they offer it for the better part of the year, but it goes away for a little bit when they have to clear out room for the seasonal items. These are also vegan, and you get a dozen soft cookies for $3.49. Also, the milk chocolate bar with cornflakes is back. This is imported from Belgium, and this is a pretty good size thick chocolate bar, and if I recall correctly, it comes in fun size shapes to break apart. So this is Trader Joe's dupe for Ritter's milk chocolate with cornflakes, and the Ritter version, which I'm showing you here, is a German chocolate, while Trader Joe's version comes from Belgium. The Ritter's version is delicious, but it's extremely sweet and rich, and while it doesn't give a strong cornflake flavor, it does provide a crispy, crunchy texture, which is exactly how a lot of people describe the Trader Joe's bar also, and this is $2.99. I can't believe we're in March and there's still leftover holiday items, and in this store they had the chocolate hazelnut pralines on sale for $1.99, which I was so tempted to get, but it was 85 degrees that day, and so sadly I had to walk away. Speaking of warm weather, Trader Joe's is getting ready because the organic freezer pops are back. The bag says it's made with 100% juice, and it comes with 3 different flavors: orange, berry, and cherry limeade. Each pop is 30 calories with 6 grams of sugar. It's mostly made with juice concentrate, but there is natural flavor in it. On the bright side, the coloring is from vegetable juice, and I've heard lots of good feedback on them. All you have to do is shake it up so that the flavor is equally distributed. Freeze it, then squeeze it, and enjoy it like the bag says for $3.49. There's a new blood orange mochi that's made with actual blood orange juice concentrate. The ice cream is both sweet and tart, and it's also creamy. Some people are saying it tastes like an orange creamsicle. This is 80 calories with 10 grams of sugar. The mochi layer adds a chewy bite. All you have to do is let it thaw at room temperature for a few minutes or dive in straight from the freezer if you like a little extra bite to it, which is how I like it. I feel like before there used to be 8 pieces, but I could be wrong because it's been a while since I had any mochi from Trader Joe's. So of course I had to try it. These are so cute and have a pretty orange color to it and a pretty pink color on the inside, which you will see in just a second. The mochi part tasted just like regular mochi with no particular flavor to it and was mostly there for the casing and bringing the chewy factor to it. So the blood orange flavor comes only from the ice cream portion, which to me, it didn't taste like an orange creamsicle, but more like an orange sherbet. So it was sweet and had that sweet tang that sherbet has, and also had a fruity creaminess, again, similar to sherbet. I think it's so fruit forward that it kind of masks the milky creamy flavor, if that makes sense. And I noticed a lingering orange aftertaste after I ate it. This was a bright and refreshing tasting dessert, and it's perfect for spring for $4.99. And one of my favorites, the coffee bean mini hold the cones, are also back. This one comes with a dark chocolate coating and a chocolate cone, which is $3.99. And they still have the new strawberry flavor in stores, along with vanilla, chocolate, and also chocolate chip. There's also a new organic fruit and vegetable wash spray. This includes all organic natural ingredients, including water, glycerin, distilled white vinegar, wood extract, and grapefruit seed oil. My store was still carrying the one that comes with an orange label, which is my favorite, and I think that one has different ingredients in it, but this one is nice because it's organic and also comes in a convenient spray bottle for $3.99. The Sweet Basil Foaming Hand Soap has returned. Method Foaming Hand Soap is my favorite, and they used to have a basil scent, but I haven't been able to find it in years, so I got the Trader Joe's one, which is a good close second, but more moisturizing for $2.99. And here's a sneak peek of new items that will be arriving soon: a milk chocolate bunny bar for $4.49, mini chocolate Easter egg box set, garlic butter Irish potato chips, and Italian tomato basil pasta sauce. That's it for shopping this week. Let's get into this week's grocery haul. So this one is a light haul but filled with more reviews to enjoy. Picked up some strawberries and some avocados to make guacamole. Grabbed these banana chocolate chip muffins. I thought this would taste like banana bread, but it actually tasted more like a regular muffin with a hint of banana flavor that was pretty mild. And there was a decent amount of chocolate chips in there, which immediately made the muffin better. It was slightly more dense than a typical muffin and almost could pass for a cake if it came with icing. It was nice and soft but greasy, and I could taste the oil in it. Also trying an item I've never tried before, which I've heard good reviews on from a friend of mine who loves orzo. This is a quick meal option and it comes with spinach, sun-dried tomatoes, black olives, and feta cheese. This tasted nice and light, giving fresh spring and summer vibes. I wish it came with a little bit more black olives in it because it was very orzo heavy, but I'm not complaining. And I also added a little more feta cheese to it. On its own, I think it's okay, but I think this would be great as a side dish with some roasted chicken, some pineapples, kale to add to soups or to saute or to add to smoothies. And another item I haven't tried before, the mozzarella tomato salad with balsamic vinaigrette. This was such a simple salad that I almost felt guilty buying it and not just making it myself. But I've said this before, I feel like the dressings that come in the salad kits and these prepared salads taste so much better than what's bottled up on the shelves. The vinaigrette was really tangy, which I loved. I am definitely repurchasing this. Finally trying the organic garlic bread, which I was hesitant because it's shelf stable and it has cheese in it, but it does come vacuum sealed with a freshness packet. So this is what it looks like on the inside, and the instructions say to bake it with the garlic butter layer on the bottom so that it sticks to the pan, and it came out beautifully. Although it did cook a lot quicker than the suggested time on the bag, this tasted like a restaurant quality garlic bread, which also probably comes pre-made. It was delicious and something I would serve guests, which is exactly what I did with it. And that's it for this week's haul. But let's end on a sweet note. I didn't get a chance to share this in the previous video, but I got cupcakes for Valentine's Day that were too cute not to share. This one is a strawberry cupcake with vanilla icing, a chocolate cupcake with a chocolate frosting and a caramel drizzle with heart sprinkles, a cookies and cream cupcake with pastel sprinkles on top, a dulce de leche cupcake, which by the way, the dulce de leche ice cream just came back to Trader Joe's, but I didn't see it at my store just yet, a carrot cake cupcake with cream cheese frosting, and a tiramisu cupcake with tiramisu whipped cream on top with chocolate shavings. Okay, that's it for this week. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, follow me on Instagram and TikTok, and until the next video, ciao guys!